What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Off the Couch Boxing. I'm your host, Reckless Rex Ruger. That's the Alexis Arguello puppet. We got another great interview for you tonight, and he's here now. We're jumping into it and getting down to the brass tacks. Let's go. I'm pumped for this one. Pumped. One of my favorite fighters. We about to do it. Get him in here in 1 second. Let me pin him in there, Brian. How are you? I can't hear you. You got to turn on your microphone. Bottom of the screen. There. Got you, sir. Yes, sir. How are you?
All right. Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good to meet both of you, man. I'm a huge fan, first and foremost, man. So this is it right here, man. Assassin 1, Assassin 2. And listen, man, first and foremost, I want to say, again, pleasure meeting both of you guys, man. But I was at the Turning Stone Casino, man, at the Figueroa fight, man, like with the no contest and the cuts, man, I was so disappointed, man.
Yeah, that was about to be a great fight too.
I'm sure you were too. I know, man. Yeah, I live like 20 minutes from there, man. So the Boxing Hall of Fame is right there, man. You know what I mean? Like they put on some great events there, man. Right. But I did take some good videos at the press conference the day before, and I found it interesting, man. You were asked about where you attribute the punching power from, man, and you gave it up to Pops for that.
All day long. It's in the genes. It's in the genes. Some things can't be taught. Some things can't be taught.
Yeah, yes, you're right. Some things can be taught. So first of all, man, I want to kind of like start at the beginning, man. Like, obviously, I know Pops fought or whatever, man. How early on did you get the gloves on?
Me, I was 7 years old myself.
7?
I was 7 years old myself. He had just retired, and of course, I wanted to be like him. So that's how I got in the game. Said, can he train me? He said, let's do it.
But obviously, though, you know, certainly you look up to your dad, man. But were there other fighters, man, that you were watching, like on TV, or that you were into, man, at a young age that you kind of like? You know, we all have our sports idols.
Yeah. The main one that got me was Roy Jones all day, and then secondly was Mike Tyson because that was his guy. And then I started watching him. Of course, I fell in love with Mike as well. So those two was the main two I bounced off of. And then right after that, he showed me Marvin Hagler, and that was always my three: Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, Marvin Hagler. It was just like. It built on from there to James Tone. I can go. I ain't gonna say a whole bunch of names, but he go on and on. But the first three was Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, and Marvin Hagler.
And now, Pops, man, you probably have a good opinion on this, man. So take me back to 1987 for a minute, man, and settle it for me. Who won Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler?
I'll tell you, Marvin Hagler.
Okay.
I watched it too, Marvin Hagler.
I mean, it's a classic, and I'll tell you guys, man. You know, doing this podcast, I belong to so many boxing groups on Facebook, and you wouldn't believe how polarizing that decision still is. It still divides people.
What you got?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I feel a little under pressure now because I got two assassins staring at me, man. But I did have it 115, 113 for Sugar Ray. I might have to go back and give it another look now. I don't know.
It was a great
fight. So. Yeah, if you got it close like that, I mean, of course, you can't argue with the decision. Then you can't call it a robbery. But I mean, me and him, like a whole lot of other people, think that Marvin Hagler won. Simply that.
It could be strong favoritism, but it don't matter.
I guess there's really not a wrong. Well, I mean, I guess there's really not a wrong answer. I guess it depends on what you like. Well, like I've actually had Marvin's son James on here before, and you know that decision really tore him up. I think he was done with boxing after that.
Right, he was. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, he was just so disenfranchised. I think, like with the game and like the politics of it, man, he was done, man. And now, Pops, now before I get back to you, young man, am I reading BoxRec correctly? Did you just have a fight here in 2025?
I just had a fight in 2025, yes, sir.
God bless you, man. And now, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
45.
45.
I'll be 46 in May.
What do you think about Pops fighting?
Hey, he did his thing. He won. He didn't just fight, but he also won. I know.
I know.
We just 2 months of training after 14 years off.
Yeah, I took 14 years off. Had 2 months of preparation. Went in there, went six full rounds, 3-minute rounds, and you know it ain't a joke. If you know anything about boxing, it's physically taxing.
Yeah,
and I mean it takes a lot of mental fortitude to do it, and that's what it was about. I wanted to show that I could do it. It was mainly for him and my legacy and his legacy and everything else. Simple as that.
So was it just a one and done thing, or will you continue?
No, it was one and done. I'm not fit for boxing anymore. I stopped at 31, 32 years old for a reason. I had vertigo. I had like uh, balance issues. I had
Yeah.
balance issues in certain situations that went on from ruptured eardrums, and it just got weakened and never really healed up like it was supposed to. So you know what I'm saying? I know my limits. You know what I'm saying? I trust my guidance, meaning God. I trust my guidance, and he been told me it was time for me to hang it up, but you know, I just put all my energy into him when it comes to that.
Yeah. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, Junior, but you are now officially the full WBO champion, correct? Right? No more interim.
Oh yes, sir. I'm the full thing, full real deal.
Okay. Now I know this could certainly start some trouble, man. But I mean, what's boxing without a little trouble? But if you could put on your promoter's hat and you could make your next 3 fights, who would they be?
I mean, there's 3 other champions. Well, there's about to be 2 other champions. So I'm gonna say those 2. Whoever win April 12th, if I'm mistaken, April 12th, Mario Barrios, and then
Boots.
That's April 12th, though.
Yeah,
that's April 12th, though. Like whoever.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever wins. So
Okay.
Stanionis, he want that person, but then you know what? After that, I think we have to say Boots. Period.
Yeah.
But whoever win April 12th, I want the WBC, of course, and then the 3rd fight. Just give me a little toss up. Just any big name, you know, the boxing scene always shaking up at the time. So whoever going on at the time.
And did you feel like when you went into that Giovanni Santillán fight, you know, that you were, I've seen different articles before, man, like where it almost seemed like, you know, he was being primed and pushed. And, you know, did you feel like that they were kind of like, you know, maybe looking past you a bit?
Most definitely, they definitely was. I seen how the game was trying to take me. I was brought in to lose. I understand all of it. I'm cool with it. Because at the end of the day, we got to step in that ring so the fans can't fight for you. The reporter can't fight for you. Nobody can fight for you except for me and you. And we got 3 judges on the side, but why am I going to let them try to snatch this win away from me? I can take this myself. So I had the power in my hands, which was their knockout, to get my own W.
And do you feel like because you do have a reputation as knocking people out, and unfortunately, you know, it's a sport that I'm passionate about too, but we still do see, I mean, let's be honest, we do still see some awful fucking scorecards, man. You know, I mean, we can't sugarcoat that all. You know, it's probably not something that you push for, but in the back of your mind, you know, is it ever a concern about a fight going to the cards?
I don't really plan on going to the cards, but I do want to win every round as well. So just in case if it does, I do want to win every round. But my whole goal, I ain't trying to see round 12. I'm not trying to see the end of round 12. So the whole goal is look, you put 2 fighters in the ring for a reason.
Right.
You want them 2 to settle it on who better, not judges. So the power's in your hands.
And now let me ask both of you guys, because it is topical now, man, like outside of your own career, because it is such a polarizing decision right now. Where did you guys stand on the decision between Tank and Lamont Roach?
Roach won clearly, with and without the knockdown.
Okay, yeah, I scored it the same way too, even without the knockdown.
Without the knockdown, he won. I mean, he won that fight. He won that fight. When you replay that fight back in your brain, I always look at what do I remember, and I remember all of that work that Lamont was doing. I remember that work. I remember he did more. Now he won. He genuinely won that fight, and I hate. You know, I'm glad of his newfound fame and starting from it and all the attention he getting for it.
Wanted that W,
but I mean, of course, you still want that W on the record. Even though the people now know he's the person, you know, the people in real life saw it and they know he actually won. You still want it for legacy. You want it for history.
Of course,
for people to know that you're the first one that beat Gervonta Davis.
It did with me regarding the fight. When I watch fights now, I just watch it as a fan. I'm just here to enjoy it. So I ain't necessarily score it, but I will say that the early rounds was boring. If I was to say who won the early rounds, I can't say anything at all. And I see that's what fans were saying. Tank won that. I don't know.
He did not.
Early rounds was boring. But when it started getting down into it, I'm gonna say round 6 and on my boy Lamont, he was doing his thing. And then the knockdown, let's say even if you don't believe it's a knockdown, no matter what, going to your corner mid round and getting worked on, that's bounds to get disqualified.
Right. The referee didn't even check. The referee didn't even check and instruct him to go over that. It was crazy.
I mean, but the referee
was crazy.
But the referee did start to count. There are pictures of him all over the internet. He had gotten to 2 or whatever. If you're in that corner, hypothetically, in your fighting tank, and he takes that knee, you're thinking that you've knocked him down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know when we've implemented timeouts in boxing. I mean, to go over and get, your face wiped off and everything. And then I saw a lot of people, I don't know if you can, because you guys both actively compete, I don't know if this is true or not, but a lot of people were saying his corner could have got disqualified for his trainer even coming up onto the apron and wiping him off.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Like, even if you saying it wasn't a knockdown,
right?
If it ain't, forget that part. The fact that they came up like mid-round to do all of that's bound to get this.
They tell you that. They tell you what, wait, they came up with a towel. That's a forfeit. Like, they tell you, and the rules, I don't know if you ever been or how affiliated you are with boxing, but if you ever been at the back, the referee gives everybody the same rules. They read the rules to the fighters. In each rule, in every single sanctioning body I've ever been in every state I've ever been in, and I've been in them all. Yep. And in every one of them, they have always said, they tell the coaches, they have a coaches meeting. They say, do not approach the canvas. If you approach the canvas, we will waive the fight off you. You will be disqualified. They tell you that.
Yeah.
They tell you that.
But yeah, after all of that, them late round, the mid to late rounds, it was a real good fight. I ain't gonna hold you. I like that fight a lot, but to me, Lamont was more on it. That's all I'm saying. Those late rounds, Lamont was on it. Tank was right there doing his thing, but Lamont was just cutting them. You know what I'm saying? Cutting them short, cutting them those little real quick punches right then and there on the money.
Now, let me ask you something else that's very topical right now. And again, this is very subjective. This is just you guys' opinion here, just chewing the fat here. If Bud moves up to fight Canelo at 168, do you like his chances in that fight?
I do.
I've had a lot of fighters on here, and they all seem to say the same thing. If a fighter could do it, anybody, it would be Bud.
I would go for Bud. I would think Bud could do it. He won't knock him out. I don't think he'll knock him out. I think he'd beat him on the decision.
Yeah. How about the return of, I don't know if you guys saw this a couple weeks ago, the WBA had made a statement about possibly tossing around the idea of returning to 15-round fights for title fights or undisputed fights.
I never seen that.
I ain't see it. Well, that make me smile. But let's do it.
I don't.
I would encourage you guys to go and look that up. Teofimo Lopez was one of the first people to speak out on it, saying he liked the idea. I think they were just flirting with possible unification, undisputed championship fights at that point. Not everything 15 rounds again, but and this was brought up by the WBA.
That sounds great because I got the perfect candidate for a 15-round fight. That sounds fun.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say, man. Young guy with an engine on him, man. Yeah, you might like that.
I got the perfect candidate for that.
Yeah, like I said, my dog Marvin Hagler, man, the attitude, the intensity, everything. He got the mentality. That's who I try to steal everything from. Y'all know what he was on. He was all about them 15s.
Yeah. And now, when you're in training camp, coming up for a fight, obviously, it's a lot of dedication. It's a lot of depriving yourself, a lot of discipline or whatever. What's the worst part of training camp for you?
The fact that I'm not fighting today.
Okay.
Because really, I don't really see those sacrifices, because mine is more so 24/7 thing. Like, even after my fight, to be real with you, to me, it's like a sparring session is also a fight. It's just not official, if you get what I'm saying. So,
right.
For example, I just sparred today. Tomorrow, I'll be back in the gym. I'm sparring again on Friday. So no matter what, it's just another day in my life, pretty much. So so right after the fight, I'm gonna be back running again, back doing everything. So the training part, all the discipline, everything, that's just built and instilled in me since I was 7 years old. So that's not really a sacrifice to me. It's not even a distraction. It's not anything that I really care or want to do necessarily.
AKA boxing is his life.
Yeah. It's just another day on the calendar for you. Yeah. And I did recently see, because I do follow you on Instagram, that you had made a post, and I don't know how old this is, but you were alluding to the fact that you feel like you'd been too quiet and you were a little bit more vocal, because it seems like there are a lot of people out there who do a lot of talking. Obviously, I don't need to tell you, there's a lot of banter on social media. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, sometimes it seems like it's more of an obstacle than anything, because we don't see great fights always get made. We see a lot of banter and a lot of talking or whatever. What was the impetus for that? You know what I mean? Like, why did you feel like, okay, I'm going to speak now and I'm going to drop some people's names?
Oh, because I got a real I'm a real cool, chill dude. My whole thing is what we talking for, if we step into the ring, we're gonna handle it right then and there. So everything you talking about, it don't matter until we step into the ring. And then, like you just said, all these fighters going back and forth, but yet again, you don't see them fight. So I don't want to just sit up here and kick up dust for no reason. That ain't my style. To me, if I say something, I gotta do it. So if you right here in my face, I gotta slap you, whatever the case may be. I'm dead serious. So it's like I don't really like to talk much because now you're forcing my hand. You feel me? So, but welcome to the new age. You got to talk a little bit more. So, of course, I ain't gonna go crazy like everybody else. I'm gonna do it in my own way, which is the cool and smooth way. You know what I'm saying? For example, even this, I really wasn't doing a lot of interviews. So, people like hearing my voice. People like seeing the personality, what I got to say. So, here I am right here. So, yeah, just being more vocal in general. Just showing your personality, showing who you are, showing that you want to fight. Show that I am a champion. I am in your face. I'm the people's champion. And I've been a guide y'all to success.
But I like that though, because it really has become like a world of kind of doing some marketing though of yourself, right? I mean, you know, I know you're a laid back guy. It's cool that you're picking your spots and not overdoing it like a lot of these guys do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's, you know, because it does get a little old when we see these guys just, you know, having these Twitter wars and these, you know, I mean, these.
I got one. He trying so hard right now. You can see it. T.O.
Yeah,
like you can see how uncomfortable he is. He's trying to force it so much.
Yeah, you know what? I noticed that too. I agree with you.
It's not him. It's not him. That's not him.
It's lame.
Yeah,
lame at this point.
Yeah, so like you can tell. So fight wise, he'll fight. He'll do all that. But the talking wise, he trying to market himself in a way that's not him. You can still market yourself, but you don't gotta get out of body and get out of who you are.
Right.
You feel me? So, for example, like you just said, you can naturally see, man, that ain't you for real. It's not you.
Yeah. I mean, even without knowing him, and obviously we just saw at that card in Saudi Arabia. I mean, it went kind of viral. I mean, Bud kind of pressed him too. You know what I mean? And he kind of backpedaled a little bit.
What he do? He folded up. So
he folded up. And you know what? You know what? To tell you the truth, even that Times Square card that they're going to do in May, I feel like he didn't really have that energy with Barboza either.
Yeah. So
he looked a little shook.
So. I'm gonna give it to you like this as well. Ali, he talked a lot of junk, right? But he wasn't trying as hard as he wasn't talking like T. He wasn't doing anything like that. But he still had the people behind him. He was still marketing himself right. He was still doing everything. Marvin Hagler, he another one. He'll talk it just how I'm talking right now. He'll cool and smooth with it.
Absolutely.
But he said, no matter what, we going to war. I'm gonna give you this work. You know, so he'll just be authentic, plain and simple. Don't try to be nobody else. Don't try to force this or force that. What I truly believe is it's not his fault, necessarily speaking, but Floyd Mayweather, you know, he did it his way. He did his own thing, but people don't pay attention to that. They just, you know, they look at the face of it all and see how he talking junk, he doing this and he doing that. And they try to copy that. No, don't copy that. Just look at the small stuff he was doing. He was just marketing stuff in his own way. Look at him now. He still love to talk. He still love doing everything he do. So he was being himself. Now you'd be yourself and just be in front of the camera while doing it. That's literally all it is. Be in front of the camera while doing it. That's literally all it is.
And now, where do you see yourself? You know, you're competing at welterweight right now. You know, you are still young, a young man. You know, how many weight divisions, you know, do you see yourself exploring? You know what I mean? Like as far as like your body type, your build, like, you know, like you know, your comfort level. You know what I mean? Like what other divisions could you see yourself possibly exploring?
I say 154 for a fact, like later on in my career, but just if I just feel like it, I'm gonna say 160. Like, you know how Canelo went to 175. Just, you know what I'm saying? I might just force a 160, but I don't think I'm gonna get that big necessarily speaking.
Well, you'd be a middleweight champ just like Hagler.
I gotta go 168 so I could be like Roy Jones. So I'm going 54, and then 60 for Hagler. Now I'm going 58 for Roy Jones. Now, would it look like I need to be there? No. But I don't care how big they are. They got to touch me first to get me. So hey.
Right. But you're not going to grow that. You're not going to grow that freaky left bicep like Roy, though, are you?
I might grow both of them. I ain't gonna I ain't gonna hold you. All my weight is in my legs for real. So I might just have some big old Samoan legs or something.
Yeah. After I'm done, I'll have to send you the videos, man. That I took at that fight, though, man, because like you were asked, man, like about the power, dude, and I thought that was cool because I've done 175 episodes of this podcast, but the first 160 I did with my son. He co-hosted with me. He's got four little kids, so time constraints. It's hard for him to get on here. You know what I mean? He was always doing the episodes. I'd be here in my studio. He'd be doing them out in his car, and sometimes the kids would be knocking at the window and shit. So it got hard for him to do them. You know what I mean? But but I like. But I like the father-son thing, though. You know what I mean? And I want to ask because we have seen a lot of father-son duos in boxing or whatever. But seeing you seem to guide your son's career. But yet find a way to toe that line with not stealing his thunder, which unfortunately we see a lot of these fathers do.
Yeah. I try to make it clear, like as you see now, when he want to speak, I'm gonna let him speak. When he want to do, I'm gonna let him do. It's something I had to learn to. It's a fine line. It was something I had to learn to let him be a man because we had a conversation one time and I understood. I couldn't imagine being who I am. And as shit, I can't even think of the word, but I'm so boisterous about everything I do. I can't imagine having a person telling me everything to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I know.
I couldn't imagine telling me everything to do, and I raised him, so I let him do whatever he do. But then, since he's still a youngin, I do my best to try to stay there and guide him and try to. Like, listen, I need you to listen to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I do my best to try. I do my best to try to guide him without overstepping the line and overstepping anything.
Well, you do it well because I did see a lot of people commenting on that press conference the other day again, and a lot of people like saying, "Wow, it was nice to see Devin Haney up there actually doing his own talking and not like having Bill up there doing a lot of talking." You know what I mean? Because you make a good point. Eventually, we have to let these young men, be their own person.
Absolutely.
It's
and again, initially that's hard to do. It's hard to do because you're not thinking of it. But listen. If you got an open mind, which I like to think I do have, if you have an open mind when for a child vocally or if anybody vocally brings that up to you about that, then you can, try to put yourself in that place and try to get some understanding, which I did. And I was like, you know what? I can see that because I can't imagine nobody telling me what the fuck to do at any time. Right. But I can imagine people doing exactly what I'm doing and trying to help me out and guide me in the right direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't imagine that, but you ain't just gonna tell me what the hell to do.
And now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your first fight of 2025, correct?
Yes, sir, for both of us.
And now, how active, Junior, would you like to be in 2025? How many more fights would you like to have?
I mean, like I said, it's a lifestyle to me. So if I could fight every month, trust and believe, I'll do it. I did my first year when I turned pro. It's the same thing to me right now. I still do it again.
Yeah, he young, man. He like to fight. He love to fight.
Look, and then, like you said, I'm young, so I recover fast, so I can get right back into it.
Yeah, he loves to fight, man. That's what he do. He loves to fight.
And so, so where did the fighting start? Like, I mean, obviously Pops is here, man. You're kind of on the hot seat here, man. But were you somebody that was getting in a lot of scraps when you were young?
I was. We ain't gonna go deep on it, but I was.
Don't go deep. Don't go deep. We don't want to catch a charge or nothing. Don't go deep.
I didn't think about that. But yeah, I did have a little issue, a little problem. Boxing helped me out a lot.
But he had issues and problems while he was already boxing, though. I found out about these issues later. So
it was before boxing, though. What you saying? No, I'm talking about before that. Kindergarten.
Oh yeah, you did. Damn sure did.
Right. So that's kind of where you feel like, though. I mean, is that kind of like where you start to realize, like, holy shit, I got hands?
No, it wasn't even that. It was just I'm a workhorse. Like I just like doing stuff anyway. So like I'm an athlete in general.
Yeah.
So I just chose boxing. I'm real competitive. I'm real everything like that, and also the competitiveness in me in other sports. This is why I chose boxing. Other sports, let's say football or basketball, you got teammates. You feel me? So now I can work and do everything perfectly. I'm on point. I rested perfectly, ate perfectly, but now I got 10 other people on the field with me who may not have did the same thing. So now
Good point.
Since they trash, I'm trash.
Right.
But in boxing, everything is on me. If you had a bad night, it's on you.
Yeah.
Whatever you didn't do right, it's on you. You didn't make weight, it's on you. You not in shape, it's on you. So I like everything being on me because I know I'm gonna take accountability for my own actions.
And then what was the next best sport, though? Just out of curiosity. If there was a backup sport, man, if it wasn't boxing, what would it have been?
I mean, I would have been the next Spud Webb.
Uh-oh.
I would have been getting up in the Nate Robinson, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's my guy.
I would have been jerking up out there.
Yeah. I like Nate, man, because I'm a Knicks fan. I mean, you know, that's my. I mean, he had some good years. He gave us some good years, man. Short too, man, but winning dunk contests.
Exactly. So
that's impressive.
That would have been me right there. I've been getting up to do that.
And you know, obviously, you have to look at the guys in the sport. In boxing, I'm saying, as potential competitors, you know, I mean, everybody could be a potential fight. But speaking from a fan standpoint, though, are there guys that you do enjoy watching, though? I mean, you must be a fan of the sport, too. Like, who are some guys who you watch that are doing it right now?
Right now, nobody. But I'm going to say a few years back, Spence, Canelo.
Yeah.
That might be it. It's a few. Oh, Caleb Plant. Yeah, that boy, that hard. Yeah, Caleb Plant. It's a few names out there. Usyk, I just can't name all of them off the top. But like Canelo, he was like around 54. He was throwing combo, doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what he was on point to me at his best. Like that Cotto fight. That's my favorite Canelo fight, him versus Cotto.
Yeah,
and I was so scared. I was so scared for Cotto because I thought he was gonna get put through the ropes. But yeah, Canelo, Spence, Caleb Plant, and a few other guys.
And now I think the hardest part, man, you know, about being a fighter or being in a confrontation, I think what I'm fascinated by, because a lot of the physical tools you can obviously be taught, you know, you can learn. But the mental side, though, you know, I think it's most people's inclination to want to avoid a fight, avoid a confrontation. So I think harnessing that fear and that anxiety and still being able to perform in there under those circumstances is probably tougher than learning the physical stuff. You know, how did you know that you had the mental toughness? And where does the mental toughness come from?
Well, the mental toughness come from over the years of, I'm going to call it character building, of going to different gyms, going to different states, wherever the case may be, and, you know, going to other guys' domain and making it mine. So it builds character like this is your house, I'm in your room, but I'm going to make this mine. So after a while, you become real comfortable in it. And like you said, it becomes just another day. For example, I'm out here in Vegas sparring people in their own gym, but when we step in the ropes now I'm back home again. So that's how I feel. No matter where we go, the outside of the ring may look like. Once we step in, this is my crib right here. This is where I'm gonna lay my shoes at.
And I don't know if you saw it today. Like I try to put all the topical stuff up on my Facebook page. But Turki Al-Sheikh and Dana White have now formed a company to. I don't know, I don't know the gist of it, but apparently though it is some type of a promotional company. Are you guys aware of this?
No, I didn't know, but congratulations.
But that's for UFC though, is Dana White.
No. This is Dana White and some guy named Nick Khan and Turki Al-Sheikh. They're all going to be partners, and they're trying to, they're obviously trying to do what Turki Al-Sheikh's vision is right now, obviously, to try to make great fights and get the top guys to fight the top guys. It should be right up your alley, Junior, because I mean, we're just talking about that. The best guys fighting the best guys, and not just talking, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like I've been saying this the whole time. I don't care what other face you put behind it, Dana White, Eddie Hearns, whoever. I appreciate what Turkey doing simply because all these promotions got a whole game plan, and the game plan is to get the most money. So, like for example, BBC, they like to fight their own fighters to, you know, make the most money in house. Top Rank like to fight their own fighters, make the most money in house. You know, so on and so on and so on. But now the game plan is out the way because it was all about getting money. He providing the money. There you go right there. So I don't care who else you put behind it, Dana White, like I said, whoever. Turkey, he doing his thing regarding he providing the money and making these fights happen.
Yeah. Now I know, obviously, we just spoke a couple minutes ago, about all the talking that goes on social media, all the talking that comes out of gyms, all the sparring stories and all that stuff. But I feel like I feel like one guy that you were certainly on a collision course with for sure seems to be Boots Ennis. I mean, that seems to be an inevitable fight. Obviously, his pops is taking shots at you guys, obviously. You know what I mean? So that seems to be a fight that has to happen, correct? He has to see you.
Most definitely.
Has
and,
to.
Hopefully he wins.
Pops is smiling over there. He knows.
hopefully he wins this fight on April 12th, and I'm praying on mine as well, working hard on mine that I win mine March 29th, and then we can meet up right after that.
What's the obstacle, like, you think, to making these big fights? I mean, I know I alluded to the fact that, maybe the advent of social media and it becoming such a big thing is making it easier for guys to talk and not have to back it up. I mean, what do you think the biggest obstacle is? Because, up to the point of Turkey, Al Sheikh, and Saudi getting involved, didn't really seem like big fights were really getting made.
I'm gonna say it's two things. Like I said, Turkey, he handling one side of it, which is the money. I think that's the biggest one. Then you got the other side of it is, some fighters real deal just be scared. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to fight those guys, like those hard fights that they know they're gonna have to somebody just as sharp as them, somebody just as on point as them.
Yeah.
And it, like you said, it's real confrontational. It's real hard on the mental. Like how can people take that? But I'd have been through a lot. I'd have been through it all. Done got cut, knocked down, and fight. The whole fans turned against me. Done been into all the gyms, fought the best. I'm gonna say sparred the best. Did this time the third, and now everything finally starting to settle back in. And then now I got mental clarity, and I'm on point. Everything that came together.
I got a different take on that. I got a much different take on that.
Please.
It's a more internal take on that.
Okay.
Just like he's talking about the fighters. It's not necessarily the fighters. It's
the promotions too.
It's their team.
Yeah.
It's the people who hear about their offer first.
Yeah.
A lot of these fighters are not even hearing about the offers. A lot of these fighters don't even know what the hell is going on, whether it's management, whether it's promotion, whoever the middleman is. A lot of them are not telling the fighters. You hear it all the time where they had no clue about what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That almost happened to us as well.
That's how I know for a fact. It's so many things happening where people don't even know, the fighter don't even know. So
that's interesting.
It's a protection agency. That's what we call it, the protection agency that's protecting.
And it's interesting because I appreciate you guys' honesty and candor, because I think a lot of times, man, this is stuff that doesn't get talked about. You know what I mean? Which is why, like, I think sometimes boxing kind of gets held down and gets its neck stepped on, and it doesn't, where it kind of ebbs and flows, but it doesn't really seem to get back to the glory days. You know what I mean? It's frustrating, but it doesn't seem to always be up there like with the NFLs and the NBAs of the world. And it should be.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Like I said, the fighters being scared is more so insecure. And this is why I say, these phones right here, everybody get talked about, everybody get bashed. And, for example, I'm going to go Devin Haney. I'm going to go before the Ryan Garcia fight. He could beat Tank. He could stop Tank. He could do this, that, and the third. But right after that, the Ryan Garcia fight, now he need to just retire for about he'll never be the same, going to quit, just give it all up just that quick. So other fighters, He not the only. Devin Haney is not the only one. Other fighters, the same thing happened to other fighters over time. And guess what? They all get turned to memes. Adrian Broner, way back. Everybody get turned to memes. Everybody getting laughed at, embarrassed, and stuff like that. And people, they scared of that. They scared of what the people are gonna say. So now they scared to test themselves and see. Okay, forget all of them. I'm on a mission right here. Okay. Matter of fact, why would I get embarrassed? Okay, let's say Ryan Garcia. He got a good left hook. Okay, so instead of being scared of getting knocked out, why would I get knocked? He got a good left hook. Okay, let me keep that right hand tight, head movement, stepping, whatever the case may be. Okay, this dude got a good jab. Let me make sure, don't just sit here and just focus on what the people are saying and be, scared and anxious about it. Find out why. That's my only thing. So I feel like these phones or whatever, people pay attention too much, social media. That's why I don't even like Real Deal being on it as much. But
that's probably good though.
They get to a lot of people's head. For example, Tank, I don't know if it was the last fight or who he fought, Frank Martin. It was one of those fights where he was like, he's scared to get embarrassed. He literally said it.
He just said it.
Yeah, that Lamont Rose fight. Yeah. So for the Lamont Rose fight before, how to do the build up, he was talking about, I'm scared to get embarrassed. Literally what I just said, the memes and everything like that. So that's what these guys are focused on. So at first it sounds good. I'm gonna beat you up and everything, but they get off this phone, they go marinate. Boy, if I lose, I don't talk so much, Jim.
Yeah. That's the problem, Junior. The marinating part.
That's why you can't worry. You can't worry about it.
Yeah, I said I'm gonna knock him out. I said I'm gonna do this. Yeah,
you can't let that sizzle in your spirit. I'm telling you, as a fighter, you know what I just went through and what I just faced. Again, you know, I had problems my last 6 fights or 5-6 fights or whatever else of my career, which is why I retired. I had problems with
vertigo.
Like I said, balance and vertigo issues. You know what I mean? But I came back. I put my whole face card on the line against a guy that has a terrible record, but he's an active fighter. He's a younger fighter and everything else, which made all sense in the world. So there was a very high probability that something going to happen to me with me being so old, with me being 14 years, with me being out of the game 14 years, with me only having 2 months to train. It was so many factors. You get what I'm saying? But guess what? I wasn't gonna let that sizzle in my spirit. It didn't matter to me. And I think that's the way around this. You can't worry about it.
Yeah, and then also to build on that, this is why I say I got so much mental clarity. This is how I think about it now. When you said other sports I want to be like, I said Nate Robinson. And guess what? You said, oh yeah, he won a dunk champ, he did this and he did that. But you didn't say nothing about him getting knocked out by Jake Paul. You forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a whole meme for a little time period. But guess what?
He was. Yeah, he was.
But he's gone.
So guess what? Time keep going. Hold on. I got another one for you. Reversal of the ring. Oh, bad boy, ain't it? Bad boy.
Yeah.
He got put to sleep by the time. He got I got
and
2 of them. No Moss and he got no Moss and he got put to sleep by the time it hurts. But guess what? I don't care about all that. That boy, hey, he did his thing. Mike Tyson, baddest man on the planet. He got put to sleep by little old Buster Douglas. But we don't pay attention about that. We care about bad old Mike. So my whole thing with that is forget about what happened about, let's say you're getting dropped or anything like that. It's a part of life. Like I said, just focus on what can you do about it. Okay, I know this is a capable possibility, so I'm gonna try to work on that and fix that. And whatever happens, happens. I'm gonna learn from it, take it back. Okay, cool. Let me go back up in the fight. For example, Timon Hearns versus Ray Leonard. He lost the first fight by knockout, but guess what? He win it, fought him again, let on in life. So no matter what, I ain't just supposed to say no to me. Okay, why did I lose? Don't just settle in the feeling, emotions. Of course, you got emotions for a reason, but I forget all that. You done been through it. So now what do I need to do? Let's be logical. Okay, I got hit with a jack because my head was sitting right there on the line. You feel me? So yeah, fix whatever the issue is. Don't just sit here and worry. Do something about it. Because no matter what, it's going to happen. And you got to do something about it when the time comes.
And now, do you think, because I've seen, I want to get your opinion on this theory too. You know, do you think for a while there, a lot of good fights weren't being made? And I certainly am not saying anything to degrade the great Floyd Money Mayweather. But do you think greatness for a while was measured about keeping your O? Because it did seem like people were consumed with, oh my God, if I have a loss, that's it. I'm out of the greatness conversation.
It is definitely still right now. It's still the exact same.
Still for going example,
on. I'm go to they not the Four Kings for real, but what they were trying to preach as the Four Kings in recent times, which was T.O., Devin Haney, Tank, and was it Shakur? I believe
probably Shakur. I would imagine. Yeah.
Shakur, I believe. And neither one of them fought each other. And let's say Devin Haney, he the one who got his first. No, T.O. FEMA, he caught his first loss. George Campos, everybody happy about it. And guess what? Everybody turned their back on him. And stuff like that. So now everybody just said he ain't nothing no more because he lost one fight. He lost one fight, now everything go. Same thing with Devin Haney. He lost one fight. Forget it. He ain't gonna never be the same.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao got put flat on his face.
I know.
Hold on. He got put flat on his face. He came right back and made a whole champion. Was he a champion when he beat Keith Thurman? Yeah, old man Pacquiao came back and beat Keith Thurman.
He did.
Yeah, he had a belt.
Marquez, he got put flat on his face. I mean,
So just because a fighter loses anything, people so hung up, like you said, the Floyd thing. Floyd did his thing. Congratulations to him. But like I said, how people perceive it now, it messed everybody's head up. That's all it is. People think
I agree.
You're supposed to be the same as you is today as you're gonna be next year, and so on and so on and so on. I'm gonna tell you right now, I will beat the dog breaks out of myself last year. You get what I'm saying? And the year before that, I did the exact same. And guess what? I'm a bad boy right now, but I'm pretty sure in the whole year, I'm gonna beat the dog breaks out of my current self.
Yeah.
Beat the brakes off him.
Hey, so I don't know about the one. I don't know about the him that beat Santiago.
He can have his own team.
I didn't play.
Pops is heckling over there.
Yeah, all I'm saying is this: every day is a new opportunity to be better. So if I do the right thing today, You know what I'm saying? I'm on point. I done ate right. I done worked out, but not just worked out, work smart. You feel me? And I did the right thing. All right, that was today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do it again. Through a whole year of doing that, you trying to tell me I'm not gonna be better than I am last year?
Right.
So people so stuck up on that 1 year thing. I mean that one loss thing. It's like, man, forget all that. Man, just keep fighting. It's all about testing yourself.
You gotta bring it to get it. You gotta take them risks.
I mean, people are talking about Lomachenko being a Hall of Famer. He's 18-3.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Ali lost 5 fights.
5 fights, yeah.
I think he lost to Leon Spinks. I think he had like 6 or 7 fights. But guess what? Oh well, he's still the greatest.
Yeah.
So people so hung up on the record and stuff like that. Go test yourself. That's all it. Roy Jones, to me, that's it right there. Roy Jones, to me, that's it right there.
Yeah.
And he done lost before, got, you know what I'm saying, thing, put to sleep. Yeah, he done got flat line as well. But guess what? I don't care, that boy bad. You try to find me anybody that say he ain't bad. So
I know.
Get that record, go out there and test yourself. After you test yourself, what you got to come back. Same thing as soon come back. I failed. Let me go and study real quick, which is us. Put the work in or whatever. Come back. Oh, I passed the test. That's all it is. Just keep going. Life gonna keep continue. Life gonna keep going. But it's all about what you do.
No, what happened? Did I lose you guys? Oh, there we go. There we go. And, Pops, let me ask you really quick, Senior. You know, when you take this fight in 2025, man, what was the inspiration? You know, did you feel like I just want to test myself? I just want to, I want to have one more. Like, what was it?
No, it wasn't none of that. One of those guys at Boots Camp was talking trash.
Right.
One of those guys at Boots Camp was talking trash, and I'm a firm believer of I'm gonna make you stand on what you say. And I wanted him to stand on what he said, and I wanted to show him that he wasn't what he thought he was, and I am what I say I am. And it was simple as that, and I did just that.
I salute that though, man. As a 52-year-old guy, man, I salute that though, man. Like that's one of those things where, and especially the fact that you had health issues too. You know what I mean? So like nothing's guaranteed. You know what I mean? Like you never know.
I had a torn bicep. Okay. I just recently tore my bicep.
Wow. So let me ask you, Junior. So this opponent you got coming up, are you somebody that does a lot of studying, or does Pops do most of the studying on your opponents?
I'm gonna say both.
Both.
I do most of the studying on the opponent.
Yeah, he do most of
on the opponent. I do most.
Yeah,
of the studying.
I watch. He do a whole lot more. He watch it all along. Me, of course, I watch as well. I just watch what fights for every now and then just to see what I'm looking at, just to make sure. And then he'll come in and say, "B, I got it. Let me show you this real quick."
I tell him what I see.
Yeah. So
he'll go back. He'll see it. He'll see it too. So I like for him to I like. I like to point out to him what I see. You know what I'm saying? And he take it from there, And
then of course we go to the gym and work on it.
Work on it, right?
And I like what he said about being a better version of himself than he was last year and the year before that. But like you seen where have you seen him improve the most as a fighter?
The most thing would be is if you've seen his Santiago fight, his comfort in the ring. His comfort, his temperament in the ring, and his confidence, his confidence in the ring, and it was a lot, man. It was a lot going on. It was, just his awareness, and all of that came from getting dropped. All of that came from the bad performances. All of that came from that, like you already there, you already pretty much at the bottom of the barrel where they feel like they want to cut you, and they feel like they want to, feed you to this guy Santiago, who they think gonna be. Next for Teofimo Lopez, because that was the plan. The plan was for Santiago to win that fight, and for Teofimo to fight.
Agree. I agree, champ. And me being a big fan of you, I was tight about that, man. I felt like that too, man. I was so happy that you fucking turned that script around, man. So happy.
I'll tell you something else. I've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
What I've been doing for so long is ruin people's plans.
Yeah.
I'm so serious. It started, I think I was like probably 15. I think I was 15. The dude, it was a tournament, national tournament, I believe USA's. A dude came in, whole camera crew. This was before how big it is now. So of course everybody now got a whole camera crew.
Right.
But this was back then. He had a whole camera crew come in. He was supposed to do his thing at this tournament. It was in the finals.
Yeah.
I made him want to move up weight. No, he wanted me to move up weight class. That's how bad I beat him. So
Yeah.
I've been doing it for that long, and then there was other stuff after that, and so on and so on. It's just like that's what I do the most. So when my back against the wall and everything supposed to go your way, that's when I shine the most.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's just like
throw a wrench in it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And so the fight with Giovanni was, if I'm not mistaken, last May, correct?
Yeah.
And so this fight will be that you got coming up here will be the end of this month. So that's what, maybe like 10 months, a couple months short of a whole year. Is ring rust, which is a term we always hear, is that still prevalent? Is that a worry on any level? I mean, I know you're sparring, you're staying sharp, but yet, you're doing what you need to do. You're always, you're a professional athlete. You're staying in shape. You're sparring or whatever. Is ring rust really like a thing? Because we always hear about it, but the more I talk to guys on here, the more guys are starting to say, nah, I'm always in shape. I'm always sparring. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, man. I'm not too worried about ring rust. Do you worry about it?
Well, can I say this? I want to say one point before you answer that question.
Go ahead.
I just came off a 14-year layoff.
Right. Didn't seem to be no rust there.
Listen, and I trained for 2 months, and I fought for state crown 3 right now. I was not at my best. I wasn't my best. But it wasn't because of ring rust type situation. It was because of other situations. My son is a product of me.
Yeah.
And how I feel about that is, like I said before, it's a whole lifestyle to me. Every time I step into the ring, I'm back at home. So
yeah.
Like I said, I'm over here in Vegas. It's not my territory. I'm all on the east. Now I'm from the south, out here in Georgia. You feel me? But it's the same thing going into these fights. You in unknown territory pretty much, and you got to step into that ring.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah. We keep it as people don't really like us anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we're real closed.
And we're kind of closed off. So we know, whether it's true or not, of course it is true to some extent. But whether it's true or not, people don't really rock with us anyway, like a man fanery type. So we're like always the bad guy anyway. So it really doesn't matter. So you go in the ring, when you go in the ring, it's with a different type of chip on your shoulder.
Yeah,
it's with a different type of you don't matter. It's with a different type of I'm coming here to do what I got to do and I'm going home. Simple as that.
Also, like I said, with me ruining people's plans, that has also been a chip as well of people just naturally feel like they better than me. They supposed to be above me and things of that nature. So I got a natural chip on my shoulder that now I got to show the world that ain't nobody better than me. I worked too hard. I put too much time in. I studied my craft. You feel me? So I naturally got that chip on my shoulder. So now, if you watch the whole last fight, I was just like how I am right now. I was cool. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hold up. I was sparring today. We did 10 rounds. I was talking to him in round 10, just like I'm talking right now.
Yeah.
I need you to do this and you do that. All right. Whatever. Make sure you hit that jab and step up. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like now I'm right here with you. So at first, like I said, that I'd have been through a lot. So at first, I used to look out here and, like I said, other fighters focused on the social media, focused on this, that, and the third. But now I'm just like, these folks don't care about you.
It don't matter. Yeah, so
they don't care about you anyway. Go live your life. Hold up. Also, we all got to die one day. Now, of course, we hate to think about it. We all got to die one day. You think these folks don't care about it for real?
Right.
So go live your life. Did you live your life or did fear run your life?
Right.
So,
good point. Yeah.
So now I don't really care about fear. I don't feel nothing at all no more. Besides the man in the mirror, because all I know I can be my only downfall. So as long as I'm doing my part, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Whatever happens, happens. I'm putting my trust in the God after that.
And so what is the mission? How do you know, like, when you're done at welterweight? You know what I mean? Like, what would you like to do? Unify, be undisputed? You know what I mean? Like, what's the mission at welterweight before you would move on to another weight division?
I'll just say until I just outgrow it pretty much. Like, if I ain't got to move up, I ain't got to move up.
So you listen to the body.
Yeah.
What the hell do they put in the water? You said you're from Georgia. What do they put in the water down in fucking Georgia that spawns all these great freaking fighters? I just had Paul Williams on the other day, the Punisher, one of the fucking greatest, man. And I was talking to him and saying it's criminal that he's not in the Hall of Fame. And Vernon Forrest, 2 guys from Georgia.
It's like you said, it's something in that water.
Down there.
It's that country, man. That's all it is.
Gotta be.
Country. Yeah.
It's gotta be, right?
It's the attitude that we got.
It's the it's got to be that it's got to be that southern living. See, I'm freezing my ass up here in upstate New York, man. I got to get down there, man, and soak up some of that sunshine and get
my last fight, folks were telling me how strong Santillan was.
Yeah,
and, he's just such a big guy that when I seen him in person, I was just like, that's supposed to be him. Yeah. And then we get in the ring. When I jabbed him, you could feel they strength when you jab them. And I ain't feel nothing. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm tripping because everybody's saying he's strong.
Right.
So we went body to body one time, and I pushed him back with no problem. So it's just like, man, watch that. So that's also another reason why I don't pay attention to what anybody say, because just because you weak and you can't do something, don't mean I can't do it.
Right.
So a lot of people put their fears on you. So people saying you can't do something, yes, you can. I'm pretty sure. You say you finna start interviewing people, champions and stuff. Boy, you ain't gonna ever get the champion on your interview, man. Watch out.
I know.
Look at you doing your thing, man.
Hey, listen, listen, I had to pinch myself sometimes, man. Like I said, I just put up my 175th episode. And I mean, like I said, me and my son started it, man. The subscribers are trickling in, the views are trickling in, man. But it's really starting to gain some traction, though. And I look now at the 175, interviews I've done. James Toney, Paul Williams, Keyshawn, Shushu. All of a sudden, man, I've had a lot of great, now, you, of course. I mean, we've done pretty good. And then, even a lot of legendary guys, Tim Witherspoon, Pinklin Thomas. I mean, we've been pretty blessed, man. It's just getting out there and just grinding and just trying to find them and run them down. But most people, man, I find in the fight game, man, they love to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially the old timers. I'll say the old timers a little bit more. I mean, because people are happy, man. I think they're happy, to relive those days.
But speaking on the come up of what you were just saying about yourself, I just had a reality check earlier today and even right now on the conversations that I currently have. My currently day-to-day thing, what I do, was on my mind, everything. Like I just said, I'm a little Georgia boy. Think about it. Of course, you just said some greats or whatever, but besides them, you don't really hear nothing about the South, Georgia in particular.
I know.
So I'm thinking about myself way, way back as a little kid compared to now. Like, I could never imagine myself being right here. It's such a surreal moment. And it's like we would have a conversation with somebody else. Like, while him and my pops was talking, I was just sitting here looking like, I'm real deal having these conversations. Like, what I can never fathom myself doing. I'm real deal I'm living it right now as we speak. Like it's real life right now. Like, real deal. So now it even amped me up even more. But like, okay, you done did it. So now let's go with the more. You know for a fact you got some more in the tank. Let's see how far can we take it. Like, I'm only 24. That's how I know. I'm only 24. So I ain't hit my prime yet. I ain't super strong mentally. He like saying my frontal cortex ain't fully developed. So my frontal cortex ain't fully developed yet. So
that's a joke. That's a joke from
I think I've used that line on my son too.
So all of this at 24, and I'm just like, hold up, how far can I take? I'm already doing the lifestyle, the mental. Like, I know Mike Tyson saying you gotta be a champion before you are a champion. Live like one, necessarily speaking. So now I'm saying, okay, forget being a champion. I want to live like a legend before I am a legend. I want to live like a Hall of Famer before I am a Hall of Famer. I want to have the mind state of a Hall of Famer before I become one. So that's why I'm at now with it. And I literally just want to see my potential and how far I can go. If you can think it, you can be it.
Absolutely.
And also, what he just said as well, God. I feel like God gave us the creation as well. Hold up. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. He created me, necessarily speaking. You know what I'm saying? Him and my mama, they created me. So God is in all of us. God gave us the gift of creation. At one point, you thought about, doing a podcast and making interviews. You doing it now. You created something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I thought about being a champion. I'm doing it. I am a champion. I'm thinking about being a legend, Hall of Famer. Guess what? In the future, you better believe I'm going to be that.
Yeah. That's the pep talk I needed. I'm ready to go punch somebody right now. God damn it. I'm fired up.
Go run 15 miles real quick.
and so I want to ask you though, Junior, the best lesson that boxing has taught you, a personal lesson.
Just keep going. Be disciplined.
Discipline. I think discipline. Discipline.
Yeah. That's what just keep going is. Discipline and just keep going. It's just forget motivation. Motivation comes, it goes, it ways. Forget all of that. Know what you need to do and just simply go do it. That's discipline. You get what I'm saying? So even resting, that's a discipline thing as well. Like sometimes you're doing too much, which is my problem.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're doing too much, man. Go on and sit down. Rest the best way possible. You know what I'm saying? Find the best way to rest and recover. So whatever the case may be, just simple discipline. No matter what. For example, religions, I ain't gonna say which one in particular, but all of them, necessarily speaking, they try to teach you groundwork to be better. For example, hold off on sex in some religions or whatever. Reason why, because make you focus on what you need to focus on. Don't do drugs or whatever, because you're gonna get out of mind, get out of body, gonna be on some stupid stuff. Everything, don't eat bad food. Don't overindulge in food, because now you're gonna be fat, too tired to do things. So just be disciplined, whatever religion you are, just they giving you rules for a minute. Life, to me, life is so simple if you make it simple.
Absolutely. Well said.
You know for a fact, if you go walking, your head finna get clear, you're finna be the happiest man ever. So go do that. You know for a fact, if you eat a large pizza, you finna feel like crap. So why you doing it? So listen to your body. That's all it is. Listen to your body.
I sometimes feel good about. I feel good about halfway through the pizza.
hey, you
once I down that other
you
half,
crash. You finna crash, man.
I know you're right. You're right. And so explain to me, like why, because a lot of times, people will say, don't get involved with business ventures with family members. Don't be roommates with your best friend. Sometimes relationships, that line can get blurry and muddy. You know what I mean? But why does your relationship work so good, man? You know what I mean? Like, why is this a successful union? Obviously, your dad's got boxing experience or whatever, man. But like, why, does it seem to be so harmonious between you guys?
Because we just, we on point with each other. Like it been going. Like I said, I started boxing at 7. He was already in the game, so he got the mental fortitude, and he already been in the whole boxing game, B-side fighters with like no team behind him. So he know the good and the bad of it. He know how the game treats you, and then he himself smart. Get what I'm saying? He on point. Like he not a dummy. I'm just gonna say he not a dummy. Like
you've done something right there, Pops, man. You got your son saying you're smart.
Yeah, I got something to say when he finished. But I can tell you the reason. Go ahead.
But he's not a dummy. Like regarding just being stupid, not thinking before he do things. You get what I'm saying? So now we working together, and I'm just a soldier. What you need me to do, bro? Boom. You do this right here. Yes, sir. Boom. Let's go and get this work in. But go ahead.
Now let me clear all of that up. I'm serious. I'm gonna clear all of that, but I'm gonna simplify all of that.
Okay.
And I will simplify even what he just said. Some people may have the same qualities, but it's one thing. It's usually one thing and one thing only that clouds everybody's judgment. Money.
Oh yeah.
Money.
I forgot all about
Simple as that. Sorry about that.
I got you guys. No, that's all right. That's all right.
Money will never cloud my judgment over my son.
Yeah.
He knows that no matter what, no amount of money, no amount of anything will ever cause me to make a decision because of money over the best decision that I feel in my heart that needs to be for my son. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
what it is. So the decision making he's saying and everything else, and all of the. Sorry about that phone keep ringing. There are other people that
I get it. Yeah, I know it happens all the time. I know.
There are other people that have the exact same qualities, but money clouds their judgment.
Absolutely.
Money doesn't cloud my judgment, and I showed him, and I continue to show him that's what we at. I don't do, bro. That don't matter when it comes to something like that. Like that's gonna come. That is what it is. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to everything else, he's still my son. I still love him, and I got his back, and he know who he can trust no matter what.
Yeah.
I made sure you know that.
But like I said earlier too, you know what I mean? Like you don't seem like one of those like fathers that's overbearingly trying to live through him either. You know what I mean? And that's refreshing to see because, no disrespect to some of the fathers that are in the boxing game right now, but they are making that mistake, some of them, they are.
Right. But the backboard on what he was just saying, the money situation, just think about, it's even worse now. Of course, it was always a big thing in America, but just think about it now. Everything is an ad. Literally everything. Like you got normal people just work regular jobs, but for some reason they on Instagram or whatever, they the biggest thing popping, because they just want to look like they got money. Everything is money based now over here. I don't know about everywhere else, but over here, everything is just strictly about money. How can I get the most money? Are you tight with your people? You need to talk to your family today. So people forget the connections that you have. Me and him got a real strong connection. Look just like him, walk just like him, feel just like him. You see me? I'm just a little bit brighter. That's it. He was just in the sun a little bit longer. But besides that, we just alike. You feel me? So yeah, people forgetting these natural connections because they focus on the money. Okay, boom. Put it like this. Okay, you got $1 billion. What's next? You can pay for everything. Right. But now you can't even enjoy it with nobody. You can't chill with your people because you done burnt so many bricks because you were so focused on money. Well, you got your family with you, man. Go be cool with them. Go talk to them. Chop it up. Be the man Uno. Draw 4. Boy, what's up with you? Stay on point, man. Draw 2. You get what I'm saying? So have family time. Build connections. That's all it is. Connections is more than just money. Before money was a thing, all we had was each other.
And now, do you feel like this fight here? Now, I'm certainly not going to go out on a limb. I certainly know a lot of boxers out there, but I'm not familiar with this guy. But I did do research on him. I mean, 27-1 certainly seems like certainly testing yourself. You're not backpedaling certainly here.
Not at all. I'm a champion. Ain't no backpedaling. It's only going up from here. Yeah.
And so, hate to put you on the spot, but a prediction for the fight.
KO. That's all I'm going for. Like I said earlier, we got 2 men in the ring. We here to tell it ourselves. And I don't know how many knockouts he got, but I know he loved getting knockouts.
He got 19 knockouts. I think it's 27. 19 knockouts.
19. Yeah. So
he's just 171, 19 knockouts. My prediction is 6-7 round knockout.
All right.
So I know for a fact he trying to come in and knock my head off, but Giovanni had the same idea, and I'm here to show him different, man. I'm a whole champion out here, and it's the reason why you're not.
Yeah. And listen, first of all, man, I want to say to both of you guys, man, it was really an honor and a pleasure getting to talk to you. And I know you keep a low profile on social media, so I really appreciate you, Senior, really facilitating this, man, and getting this off the ground, man. And I'll tell you, man, from one father to another, man, you've done a great job, man. I mean, he's got so much insight, man, for a guy who who's so young, man. Seriously, man, kudos to you, man. You really got his head on, man. Seriously. I
brainwashed him.
Yeah. Well, you did. Well, you did a good job, man. Hopefully, like when it wears off, it's just some of it stayed with him. No, seriously though, man. Like you got a lot of poise, man. And I've been tapped in and been a fan and been watching for a long time. I'm going to continue to be, man. And just talking to you and hearing your insights on life and stuff, man, it makes me more of a fan.
I appreciate that, Bo.
Yeah, yeah. I appreciate both of you guys for doing this, man. Seriously, man. 175 episodes. I'm putting this one top 3, maybe number 1, Seriously, only just because I do still wish my son was here and doing them with me, man, because it would have been great to do the father-son thing, man. But I know he'll watch this one, man, and he's gonna appreciate it for sure, man, because I love seeing father and sons doing stuff. That's why we started this podcast, together. So I'm soldiering on, man, even though he can't do it, man. But those are my grandkids. What am I gonna do? I understand. He's got his hands full. But I appreciate both of you guys, man. I wish you a lot of luck in the fight, man. And really, thanks for doing this, man. Yeah, absolutely. And stay in touch, man. I'd like to stay, in touch with you guys, and love to have you back on again, man.
You got my number. You got everything on my information. Just reach out to me.
I appreciate you guys. Good luck, champ. Appreciate you.
All right.
God bless, guys.
Okay. All right, God bless.
And there he goes, folks. One of my personal favorite fighters right now, Brian the Assassin 2. Because make no mistake, Pops is number 1. Brian the Assassin 2, Norman Jr., 26-0, 20 knockouts. That is your WBO welterweight champ, and he has not even scratched the surface of how great he's going to be, man. 24 years old, the insight, the wisdom. I want to give a big shout out, man, to Brian Norman Sr., man. What a job he's done fucking steering his career, helping guide and steer his son's career. Steering career is a very hard thing to say. God damn. So kudos to the Norman family, man. You know what I mean? Pops is doing a great job, not overstepping his boundaries, man. You know what I mean? Not making it all about himself, man. Letting his son shine, pouring his knowledge and his wisdom into him, man. And it's really a beautiful thing to see, man. Junior is not really out there a lot, not really doing a lot of these, man. So that makes it extra special. And I really appreciate him coming on here, man, and spending, damn near an hour with me, man. So that was a great conversation, man. That was great chopping it up with the Normans, Brian Sr. and Brian Jr., man. Make sure, of course, to like and follow Off the Couch Boxing on Facebook. That is numero uno, man. Go there. You'll find out updates on when new episodes are dropping and who will be on those episodes and any other pertinent boxing news that I care to share with you, man. I try to keep you in the loop. Upcoming fights, fight results, predictions, any pertinent news that's popping off in the boxing world, man, I will share it on there. And if you're on this channel right now, please make sure to like, subscribe, and smash that notification button. Actually, you're on a boxing podcast. Punch. Do me a favor. Punch the notification bell. I don't care if it's a left. I don't care if it's a right. Maybe it's your uppercut. I don't care, man. Elbow it, knee it. If the MMA thing is your thing, just make sure you're staying notified and staying tapped in. These, as you all know, are the most amazing and real boxing conversations. None of this, cookie cutter, what every reporter asks, man. We're finding out the goods, man, and we're just chopping it up, man. These are just chop sessions here, man. And we just had a good one with Brian Norman Sr. and Brian Norman Jr. That would be Assassins 1 and 2, a formidable team right there, man. Great guys, man, and really enjoyed that episode, man, a lot, man. That one really resonated with me, man, and they are a team that is firing all cylinders, man, and of course, Brian Norman Jr. has a fight coming up March 29th against Derek Cuevas, who, as I just said, is 27-1-1. Don't know the exact number of knockouts, but Brian Sr. said 19. So Junior is doing what he's supposed to do, man. Stepping up, defending his belt against top-level competition, a guy with 1 loss and knockout power and 27 wins, man. So salute to him doing what champs do, man, with that good old-school mentality. I mean, he's got the blueprint, man. Mike Tyson, Marvin Hagler. I mean, come on, man. He's naming guys and trying to mold himself like those great old school champions, man. Me being an old school guy, I fucking love that, man. That's the best right there, man. Brian Norman is destined for amazing things and extreme levels of fucking greatness, man. And I couldn't be happier, man. I've been tapped in since day one. Caught him fighting live at the Turning Stone Casino here in upstate New York a couple years ago. Or was it last year? Shit, I'm losing track of time. His fight before the Giovanni Santillan fight. So, yeah, probably like 2 years ago or whatever, man. But that fight, unfortunately, was stopped because both combatants were cut. So it ended up being a no contest, man. But listen, man, I got no doubt, man, that opponents are going to keep lining up and Brian Norman Jr. is going to keep knocking them down, man. His confidence is high, man. And, he's got it here, man. He's got it here, man. An insightful young man. So great conversation with them. So make sure to stay tapped in, man. As you know, this is the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of podcasts. And I will defend that title against any takers out there. I'm really feeling fired up after talking to the Normans. Let's go. Any podcast, come at me, man, because you're not having better conversations than we're having on Off the Couch Boxing, man. So let me remind you, before I get the hell out of here, if you want to be a champion, you got to roll with the champs. Peace.